Are you stuck deciding whether to go to university or to do an apprenticeship? In this video, I want to lay out the pros and cons of going to university or doing an apprenticeship. So by the end of this video, you should have some clarity on what to do post-college. Or maybe you're in your first year at university and you're thinking, what's an apprenticeship? What are the positives and negatives about an apprenticeship? So you may be deciding to, drop out of uni. If you still don't know by the end of this video, then I actually have a plan C of what you can do. So don't worry, I've got you either way. If you're new here, my name's Sav and I make actionable content every week about career advice, job searching tips, interview advice, so consider subscribing if you want to be career savvy. You can also find me on TikTok and on Instagram. I'll leave all the links in the description down below. Okay, intro out the way. If you don't know what an apprenticeship is, then I'd recommend pausing this video, open up a new tab, go onto my previous video where I actually describe what is an apprenticeship, because I actually break down what it is, the different types of apprenticeships, wages, benefits, and actually where to find apprenticeships. So head over to that video and please check that out before watching this video. Okay, first thing you need to know about university is that it's actually expensive. Okay, tuition fees, they cost the bomb. They're around 8 to 9 grand a year. And on top of that, if you're planning to live out, then you'll have to pay additional loans, maintenance loans. You don't want this amount of debt. Like, I graduated in 2017 and this is the debt. Damn! Okay, so you know university is expensive. Doing an apprenticeship, you know it's actually completely free and you'll actually get paid to study. Getting paid to study, that sounds like a no-brainer, but you know what? 50% of people still prefer and still choose to go to university over than doing an apprenticeship. That's nuts. That's actually mad. If you are going to university, then you'll have the opportunity to actually study a wide range of subjects, but this is all due to you actually getting your predictive grades and making sure your predictive grades actually hit the entry requirements for that particular course subject. So be sure to know what your predictive grades are, and if you don't achieve these predictive grades, there are steps around this, because you can always go to university through clearing.
I went through clearing, it's absolutely fine.
University is a minimum of 3 years. If you're planning to do a master's, then it could be 4 years. If you plan to do a PhD, then it potentially could be 5 years. And after a PhD, you could do a postdoc and you do research. So honestly, you can end up being at uni for a long time if you wish to be at uni for a long time. But obviously, you'll get paid if you do extended study, like do your postdoc and things like that. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're planning to go to university, that is a 3-year commitment. You need to make sure that you're actually interested in the subject that you're studying. So don't do something that you literally won't enjoy. I went through clearing, but it wasn't because I didn't get the predictive grades. It was because I actually changed my course. So for me, I was planning to do optometry and I submitted my UCAS and my applications to do optometry. After doing a little bit of research on the course, on the module specification, I realized that physics was involved in optometry, and physics wasn't really my strong suit compared to the other subjects like chemistry and maths. So I was thinking, am I really going to enjoy doing optometry? So after doing some more research, I actually found out that these same universities were actually doing a chemistry degree, and then from there I had a look at what options I can actually get from actually doing a chemistry degree and what is my employment prospects after this degree. So after doing all that research, I bit the bullet, and you know what, I should just study the subject, and I got through clearing. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're planning to go to university, make sure your heart is set on that degree that you're planning to study for 3 years to 5 years. So as I mentioned, if you're doing an apprenticeship, 80% of it is actually getting that hands-on experience, and 20% of it is actually studying in an institution like a college, university, or potentially online. So I can guarantee you gaining that practical experience, you'll actually learn a lot more and actually understand if this is the type of field or industry that you really want to work in. Whereas university is mostly theoretical and you're just attending lectures and just learning about the subject and the theory behind it. Yeah, there are a few practicals, but it won't be as intensive as if you're doing an apprenticeship, because you're literally getting stuck in and actually gaining that practical experience. So I would recommend you do an apprenticeship if you're the type of person that just wants to get stuck in straight away and just start learning. Getting that practical experience will put you at a direct advantage compared to those that have probably just done the theory. Like, think about it, if you're an employer and you see one CV that's just learned the theory of it, or you see someone that's actually been going in day out and has actually been doing the job that you're looking for, they're going to go with that one that's actually got the experience. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Because you know what? Employers favor experience over a degree. Some employers, okay? Some employers. And don't forget, when you do an apprenticeship, you could even get a degree at the end of that apprenticeship. So why not get paid doing it? Right? Disclaimer, depending on the level of the apprenticeship that you choose, okay? Okay, cool. University is definitely worth it. I've been to university. It's actually really worth it if you know what career path you want to take. So like some professions require you to do a degree. So that could be like medicine, for instance, or optometry as an example. The best way to do this is Google the type of job you want, have a look at the entry requirements, or the requirements for you to actually go and do the job, and usually it would say X amount of experience or a bachelor's degree with a year in industry, or maybe it doesn't have qualifications like that and they'll take on someone with an apprenticeship. Another thing you can do is go on LinkedIn, say you're looking for someone, maybe you want to go into chemical engineering. You can actually have a look at graduated chemical engineers in 2019 and you can see the type of companies that they're actually working at the moment. And then you can sort of understand that, okay, these are the type of companies that I could apply to if I did a chemical engineering job. So then you do more research, then you have a look at these employers to see, is this the type of company that I want to work for? And then you sort of get an idea of, yeah, this degree is worth it because I'll be able to go into this type of industry. Okay, here are my main positives of why you should actually go to university. So the graduate salaries, then honestly, they are worth it. Okay, going to university, you'll meet like the best people of your life. I've met some incredible people, literally friends till I die. I could literally say that hand on heart. Like, you'll meet some incredible people, and you'll meet actually a range of different people, and you will get out your comfort zone going to university, especially if you are living out. On top of that, every course, every degree will provide you with transferable skills. You can actually keep your options open after you graduate. However, if you're planning to go to university because you want to impress someone, so that could be someone in your family, that could be your older brother went to university, so that means I have to go to university, your older sister went to university, so that means I have to go to uni, or potentially you want to go to university because you need that freedom and you just want to have fun. These are like super dumb reasons why you should go to university. Like, it's so stupid. Don't go to uni if this is one of your reasons why you want to go to uni, okay? Think about it. Go to uni and actually have a purpose. Why are you going to uni? Why are you getting this degree? Why are you studying this course? Why are you studying this module? You don't want to be in a position where you went to university, you studied for 3 years for a degree that you're not going to use. You're in 27, 30k. Like, I'm in like, what was it, like 42 grand's worth of debt. Damn! Yeah, for a degree that if you are going to use that degree, then brilliant. But is it worth getting into 42 grand's worth of debt? Think about that, okay? I can't speak for everyone's university experiences, but I was having mental breakdowns throughout university. Not like mental breakdowns, but like anxiety from like exams coming up, dissertation, you've got to do a literature review, and it is stressful because you've gone there to obviously get this degree, and I'm thinking like, I don't want to waste all this money and I need to work hard for exams. And if you're a type of person like me, I do get stressed out revising and I do overthink a lot. So obviously I was having anxiety in the library, you know them ones like 2 o'clock in the morning, like, what am I actually doing? Why can't I just figure this out? Especially studying chemistry, like, it is a hard degree, but you know what, it doesn't matter. I got my 2-1, I had a wicked time at uni and met some wicked people. What I'm trying to say is, you can go to university and you'll be racking up this debt. You may not even use your degree. Whereas if you do an apprenticeship, 3 years down the line, you'll probably be on 27k as a salary. Maybe even more. Not even gonna lie, maybe even more. If you know how to communicate the experience that you've gained through employment on your CV well, then honestly you can leverage a higher salary. That's literally facts. If you need help writing your CV, then obviously get in touch with me, that's not a problem. Alongside doing an apprenticeship, you actually make industry contacts from day one. And don't forget about the additional qualification you'll get at the end of your apprenticeship. So that could be extra A levels, that could be a degree, that could even be a master's degree, depending on the level of apprenticeship you do. Just going back to the point of people going to university because they want to impress someone, honestly, I really don't get that stigma, especially in an Asian household where they want their child to go to university because if they don't go to university, then they're a failure sort of thing, or a disgrace. Like, why are we still thinking like that? Or why are parents still thinking like that? If you know someone that thinks like that and they're telling you to go to university, but they have no idea what an apprenticeship is, honestly, I think you should just let them watch the last, like, was it 2-3 minutes of this video, because yeah, there are pros to go to university, as I mentioned, and there are definitely some drawbacks on going to uni, comparing that to going and doing an apprenticeship, right? Okay, I'm probably saying a lot about apprenticeships, and you're probably thinking there are no flaws with apprenticeships, but you know what, there are some drawbacks. It's not all peachy as it seems. Firstly, securing an apprenticeship is actually solid. It's actually difficult, okay? Don't want you to think it's a breeze, I just apply for a few apprenticeships and that's it, I'll get one. It's difficult. There are multiple interview stages. It is competitive. You do need to tailor your CV to the role. I also would recommend you actually writing a cover letter for each apprenticeship that you really, really want. You're probably fresh out of college, or you've maybe done your first year at university and you're planning to do an apprenticeship, but you've maybe never interviewed before, like properly interviewed somewhere. So you may not actually know the right and the wrongs of actually how to conduct yourself well in an interview. If that's the case, well, I've covered you because I've got an interview playlist. So make sure you do subscribe for more videos, because I am fleshing that out week by week as we speak. I have covered a few topics that will be able to help you, like why do you want to work here and like what is your big sweetness. Another drawback is that when your apprenticeship is over, it may be difficult to actually transition into a new field or new sector. What that means is that you're more than likely to stick with the employer that you're at now, or maybe do the same job at a different employer, okay? Whereas if you did a degree, then obviously you can keep your options open. So for instance, I studied chemistry, and you're probably thinking, what can I do with a chemistry degree? Well, you could either go into chemicals, so that can be like research, or into the labs. You can go into forensics, I can go into like patent law, I can go into technical sales. Okay, this video might be a mess. Like, there are some pros of going to uni, there are some cons about going to uni, as well as the same as apprenticeships. And if you're a little bit confused on what to do, so go to uni or go to do an apprenticeship, then what I would actually recommend you do is to take a gap year. I'm not talking about like a gap year and you go to Thailand and just live in Thailand for the whole year. Yeah, you can do that, but you need to take a gap year and actually use the time in your gap year to actually research what you want to do long term. A whole year is honestly plenty of time to actually do your research on university courses, degrees, or you're going to do an apprenticeship, then actually applying to apprenticeships and like improving your interview technique to actually secure that apprenticeship, and the reasons why you should do an apprenticeship. Ultimately, picking apprenticeship at university, it shouldn't be an overnight decision. It should be something that you're taking some time to actually think about, because this is your life at the end of the day. Like, this is the stepping stone of your career. You don't want to go to university, go do your first year, and then think, actually, I don't think this is right for me. I could just do an apprenticeship, and then you drop out and you sort of waste. Like, that's not ideal. Like, people do that, and I get that. But if you do take that gap year, then at least you can sort of prevent that. I don't want you to make the wrong decision. So if taking that gap year will help you make the right decision, then honestly, take the gap year. Okay, take the gap year. Okay, that's my little rant on apprenticeships and universities and where I stand in gap years. So if you are going to uni or doing an apprenticeship, please let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if this video was useful. As always, show love to my IG or TikTok. If you do want to contact me, then feel free to send me an email through my website. I'll be able to help you if you need some advice, or even drop me a message on Instagram. That's not a problem. If you found this video useful, then honestly, please drop a like. It really helps out the channel. Let the YouTube algorithm know. And of course, subscribe for weekly videos to helping you be career savvy. Good luck, have an amazing day. I know you'll make the right decision, whether that be university, apprenticeships, gap year. Peace. For me personally, I knew that I didn't want to go into the labs, and so sort of research recruitment. Luckily, I actually landed myself as a job as a chemicals recruiter. So I was actually recruiting those in the STEM industries. So that can be like chemicals, pharmaceuticals, biomed. Ideally, I just wanted to help people that are in my position. So those studying chemistry, leaving university, and helping them find a job with their degree, because obviously I know about what they studied and what they'd be interested in. So yeah, that was my thought process of it. What happened to me was I left my first job, and then I started working at some startups. I worked at like Revolut, and started learning about tech recruitment, and then now I'm a tech recruiter for a really cool company in New York. But if you do want to know all about that, then obviously check out my LinkedIn, stalk me, connect with me as well. Let me know if you came through from this video. That'd be cool. And of course, in my free time, I'm making videos on here helping you be career savvy. Damn, that was literally like my tell me about yourself question.